exciting, you know, to come to all the cheering and the clapping and that. Pushing off, you know, like those first couple pedals out of the parking lot, it was kind of going into the unknown.
100-kilometer mark on day 2, and then it was like, whoa.
When I was training, I'm going like, how do you train for this?
We need a short day. Yesterday was a big day.
We're going to keep the pace a little slower because we've got to save our energy for this afternoon.
We got a couple really steep hills in it, so we're going to have to see how that plays out.
Oh, that's Hungry Hill. It's a summit. It's a really good climb. It's probably 6 or 7 kilometers, I would think at least. And you go around a big corner, like lots of big corners, and they all go uphill. And when you straighten out and you look, it's just straight uphill. It just keeps going and going. I think everybody that's riding has it's a personal triumph, or it's a personal challenge to make a big hill or do as well as you can, you know, not hold anybody up. And if you're fast and strong, you want to be a leader, you want to help pull.
Hey.
Yeah, hey Steve. You think you're coming to an end? And you're not? Oh, I'm around a corner and you're going up again. Darn!
And you look over the other side and it's just straight down for like 5 kilometers. And it's great.
Coming into Smithers this afternoon, gorgeous. I'm looking forward to the next couple days because we're going to be right in the mountains, and that's what I like to look at. It helps the day go by.
Welcome to Smithers, guys. We've done Hungry Hill. We're done. Done for the day. My odometer. That's the main thing. Good job, team. Good job. Can we get a hoo-ha?
Northwest Regional Airport, Harris-Kitimat, the most reliable airport in Northwest BC, servicing the residents of the North for over 50 years, proudly supports the RCMP Tour de North.
It's amazing how much you miss when you're driving in a vehicle.
When you go by in a car or you go by in a truck, I mean, maybe you're listening to music. Who knows? I mean, you're not really focused. You're focused on traffic, you're focused on driving. When you're biking, you have a lot more freedom to be able to look around. I mean, you're not moving at 90 kilometers, 100 kilometers an hour, right?
We're usually doing about 30 kilometers an hour. That's usually what our pace is. And you just look around and it's beautiful out here.
When you leave Prince George and the closer we get to Prince Rupert, the scenery just gets more beautiful as you go, but the roads get worse.
The smells, and we're riding our bikes up these hills, and all you smell is the trucks coming down and the diesel and the brakes. You can smell their brakes.
Try and get to the back of the pack or to the front so that you can really look up. I mean, when you're in the pack, for safety, you have to really watch the guy in front of you. That's one thing I found about riding out front was, sure you have a speedometer there, but you're like this all the way trying to take in as much, eh? We
got to stop off at this fishing area, and it's like this little canyon. It's got this big rock formation in there, and these people were fishing down there. The local natives were fishing with these huge nets, and it's like a spawning area, I guess, where the fish come in. And so we all trekked our way down there.
Watching those guys fish was really neat. I was just thinking, these guys have been fishing these shores for centuries in various different manners, and it was really neat to see that.
And so I went down and asked one of the guys if Catherine would be able to try that. And they were kind of hesitant at the beginning, but I convinced them. And Catherine got to go down there. She had the rope on her, she had her life jacket on, and she actually got to try and catch these huge, they're like 20-pound coho and sockeye salmon. Finally she got one. She actually caught one and she pulled it in. It was awesome. It was so cool. It was such a nice break from the regular, you know, sandwiches or the hot dogs and stuff like that. We had salmon, which was so delicious. We had rice. We had fresh bannock that the locals had made for us, and salads. And it was awesome. It was so nice.
Nice feast.
To see the RCMP come in and not be RCMP, to be riders, to be caring community members who are caring about cancer and raising money for cancer, it really just sort of took on a whole different experience, and it vastly improved our relationship.
I thought it'd be interesting, go for a ride along with the cops. Won't be in the back seat, I guess. So I guess I could say I went for a ride with the cops to Hazelton for a good cause.
He's an avid biker, and he asked if he could hop on the ride to Hazelton. So he had his own bike, and we started out the ride. We got about 2 or 3K into it. And I guess he was getting so excited with keeping up with the pack, changing gears, and that he actually bent his derailleur. And we had a quick mechanical, and one of the guys was riding the van because he had some pretty sore knees that day, so he was taking a break. So we let Dale hop on his bike, and he got back into the ride, and he rode with us into Hazelton. We pulled up to the elementary school, and all the kids started filing out, and they all had the Canadian Cancer Society bangers or whatever, and they were so excited to see us there, and it was awesome.
Not too many, because
It was a lot of fun. I got to use a different bike though. As you see, my derailleur bit the dust, so you guys are nice enough to let me use a bike, and worked pretty good. It was fun.
Hawk Air offers scheduled services between Vancouver and to and from Terrace Kitimat, Smithers, and Prince Rupert, as well as charter services and cargo. Hawk Air, raising the bar.
We had a pretty normal morning.
Let's keep going.
It was cool. Wasn't one of our coolest mornings, but it was pretty cool.
There's only a 20% chance today.
We had some light mist in the air. We knew something was going to be coming just from the clouds in the sky and that, so a lot of people were throwing on their booties and some extra pants. So it started raining shortly after that. We started getting some light sprinkling, and then all of a sudden it just started coming, and it's pretty much, you know you're gonna get wet, you know you're gonna get soaked, so you just keep going and keep pushing on and just ride into it.
It was a bit of an eye-opener, and I think it added a new element to the ride.
I don't think there's very many people on the ride that really understand what rainy, cold weather would do to us.
When you're cycling in the rain, safety really comes into mind, especially with the roads up here in the north. You don't notice the cracks and the holes as much as you do when it's dry out. You get the water that fills up the holes, and it's hard to call them out. The lead people, they can see everything that's coming up, so we try and call it out to everyone so they're aware of it. But with the rain, it plays such a factor on the road that you can't really see them as much. You're really paying attention to the guys in front of you, what's coming up. Sometimes you can't hear them call it out, so you really want to pay attention to what's going on up front, and definitely the road conditions for sure. Dan, the crazy guy, he had his shorts and he had just his short sleeve riding jersey on, and he was ready for whatever we were going into.
I was laughing at Dan because the guy didn't have any rain jacket, no leggings, nothing, just shorts and t-shirt, but he was in the best mood out of anyone. He was singing and dancing all day. I actually enjoyed it, and it was kind of like we were all in this weird mood, like we're kids again. We were playing in puddles, we were getting wet. And once you just accept the fact that you're soaked, there's no problem. You just go.
We start going along the river there, it's really beautiful, and the water's glacier water coming out, and there's all these huge mountains. To me, I notice a change in the whole pack. It's almost like your body becomes accustomed to the work that you're doing, and you get accustomed to the slopes, and you get really good riding in a pack formation and drafting.
Because of the rain, we just motored. We didn't want to stop, because when you stop you get cold, and we just put the hammer down and made really good time to terrace.
It was a phenomenal day. Even though we had the rain and that, it seemed like we all pushed a lot harder today. We just wanted to get to that destination.
Northwest Regional Airport, Paris-Kitimat, the most reliable airport in Northwest BC, servicing the residents of the North for over 50 years, proudly supports the RCMP Tour de North.
Last year we had a headwind, and that was my hardest day. I really worked to keep the pack going. I'm praying for a tailwind this year. Like I was telling the other riders, I said, before you know it, we'll be cruising down the hill into Prince Rupert, and we gotta have fun and make the most of it along the way, because it's a quick week.
I think this tour was mentally draining. I think that was the hardest thing, with getting up each day, the alarm clock going early too, and then having to get out there in the cold, get on the bike, and start climbing.
All this ride is about is teamwork, in which the group is no faster than the slowest person.
And everybody's got a job, everyone's got a position. And when we ride two doubles, 2 in a row. And if those front guys aren't there and they're not keeping the right pace, the other guys fall behind.
Oh, there's times I couldn't even see. And this is what I have on, and it's, as you can see, it's not a lot of visibility, but it was actually sheeting down my glasses. I had to pull them down. I couldn't see through them.
My dad always told me that never start a job you can't finish. If you ever start a job, make sure you do. So that's what we're here to do, is start the job and finish the job and do it right.
I just kind of have this model that you must always push the limits, because if you never fail, you'll never succeed.
What it does teach you is preparation. You have to be prepared in anything you do.
We're doing it day in and day out, and that's the hard part. We're going to the ocean, and when we roll into Prince Rupert, coming over one of those hills and just seeing the water, we're gonna know we did it, we made it.
If you're able to accomplish, you know, an 800-kilometer bike ride, once it's done, you can look back on it and say, like, yeah, I might be going through a hard time right now, but remember when I biked 868 kilometers? You know, and it's just, I think for sure it'll help. It'll help you push through any little obstacles that you might come upon next in life.
There's, you know, a lot of guys I never met before and a lot of new friendships.
We had a lot of rain. It was nice to have the last 10 or 15 kilometers with no rain.
It's great. Yeah, it was something to be proud of. You know, we've come a long ways, and I don't know, 855 kilometers, that's a long way. A lot of communities, so it was pretty special. I enjoyed it. It's awesome being home. This is home, and it's not raining, which is nice, although it was raining the entire time that we were coming up, and people were honking their horns. They were happy to see us.
Tour's over. Coming into town was awesome. It rained on us all day long, and coming into town, the sky broke, sun came out, and it feels warm. And it's I'm not gonna lie, I was tired today. I was sore today, but ribbons on the back made me keep going, and I'm excited to be here. It's awesome.
Life goes on, but you know, we did our part, and we raised a bunch of money for a good cause, and I know it's going to continue. We get lots of support from all the communities. So
I want to salute you and congratulate you, and good to see that you made it here. Your presence, your activity, what you're doing, and what the entire effort is about is really a strong testimony to hope.
There's a little girl here named Mackenzie, and she has cancer. She's 8 years old.
I had the opportunity to meet a really cool, fun-loving girl, 8-year-old girl, out of Prince Rupert, and she has a tumor on her optic nerve, and it's inoperable. So she's struggling with that, or battling with cancer on that. So she's just a great little girl.
What's that anyway?
That's my mug.
How'd you do that? Did you get it from that picture and just shrink it? Cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
Photoshop it on.
Wow, very talented.
Mackenzie was diagnosed with optic nerve glioma in January of 2007. It was kind of a we weren't expecting her to be diagnosed with a brain tumor. It means so much to me. It's, you know, it's amazing that people will come out and do these things for, you know, other people. It's just incredible to have the support and have people so caring and you know, give up their time and do this for children and other people, actually, you know, for the research and finding out how to cure this.
And I went out this year and I went and got some awards for these guys because they work awfully hard. This is the Hungry Hill Award, guys. Terry could have taken them all, except that his speedometer wasn't working quite right. The top speed this year was 84.2, is that correct?
84.46.
84.46. There we go. That's Steve from Quebec.
Yes!
I'm not trying to gain anything. I just wanted to do it. I wanted to be a part of helping, being part of the solution, being a part of making people aware of what's going on.
I think just knowing that I did my part to help out. I mean, I got my health, I got my family, I got everything I have is a gift, and I'm so fortunate.
Having something like this in your pocket is huge.
Oh, no! The camaraderie within the ride it's phenomenal.
It's going to be something we carry with us, because if we can do this, we can take on a lot of things in life. So I think if anything, it's going to give me more confidence.
You can do anything if you put your mind to it, and when you want to do something, you know, you can accomplish anything. So. You never forget the faces that you were riding with. You never forget the kids or the people that help cook your dinner or perform for you to entertain you along the way. You can always, when you travel this road again, you don't get to see it with such a fine-tooth comb as you do on a bike. And it's a great experience. Like, I feel pretty fortunate that I was able to do it.